at the final whistle with Pick and Pay ASAP, where you can eat like a champion. So Africa 42, Scotland 28, 10 tries. What a game at Loftus. Biggest cheer came when Jesse Kriel scored late. That tells you how nervous these fans were. I'm joined by Kooks, 6 tries to 4. What do you make of that performance?
Kitshoff, first of all, thanks for having me on the pod. Nice to make my debut. Maybe it's because I look like Trevor, or I suggest I need to go spend more time in the gym. But what a game, Kitsy. I think, if you have attack, you got treated well. Very nerve-wracking. At 35-14, the game kind of looked over. It kind of felt like Scotland probably had their chances, didn't score, and then found a way to cut the box open twice, which is it's something that I'm sure Rassi and the guys will be working on defensively, but I just think the box for me, the ability to solve problems whenever they're under pressure is so telling, because they'll find ways to be clinical when they need it to be, especially under pressure with a new group with 10 changes. So great win for the Springboks. You'll take that again. I thought Scotland was brilliant, and the Boks found a way to win. And I feel like that's the theme of this Boks side, kids. They always find a way when needs be. Your thoughts?
Yeah, very similar. I thought this would have been a lovely one for Scotland to win, because they've got success as Glasgow. They've got success at this field at Loftus. So I thought they had a couple of opportunities, especially after the Springboks came off with a hot start, went ahead and they actually fought their way back into that just before half time with the 14-all. I think there was a couple of moments where Scotland actually was on South Africa's try line, a little knock on here, a turnover there, which would have felt like it was energy draining. But yeah, Springboks came out, second half, fired, scored, went up, as you said, 35-14, and you almost thought game was over. They unleashed their bomb squad on us. Some of their players just kept cutting the back line, and it's something that they'll have to look at. It's little individual slip tackles, maybe miscommunication between the second and third pillar, but it's those type of things that they would need to fix to make sure that not just Wales is the next target, but going into the greatest rivalry, which is actually the big cherry on the cake. I think pressure moments, having 10 new players within the starting 15, of course there's going to be a little bit of a scratchiness, but I think it's all about testing those combos, making sure that it's the right players going into greatest rivalry first of all, and then World Cup. So yeah. Quick question about Rassi and his thought process. He made it publicly clear that the big cherry on the cake for this season would be the greatest rivalry. What do you think he will take from this thing and go into Monday and say, listen guys, we need to fix X, Y and Z?
I think obviously we're making 10 changes and you're giving guys a chance to perform under pressure. I think yes, obviously they'll not be frustrated the way they defended and it's going to come back in the game. But for me, I think you want to see what happens when the guys are under pressure. How do the guys react when it's a 35-28 game, when the pump is on, the crowd is behind you? So that's for me. I think Russ will take a lot of it in the coaching staff, because I want to see a Paul Davids under pressure. Yeah. You want to see an Evan Rose under pressure and guys like that, because come RGR, come World Cup time, the guys will be under pressure. And these questions you want them answered now, probably in 2026, before you're going to get in a World Cup game or someone has to come in if there's an injury or something. So I think the coaches will welcome this challenge, and I think obviously the standards are so high, and kids, what it's like to walk in the environment and have the performance like this, is that you want to keep the standards high whoever plays in that side.
No, 100%. And like you mentioned Paul Davids, you mentioned Evan Roos. I think a guy like Zachary Portland plays more Springbok rugby than he plays UFC rugby, which is exciting because he is a young talent. And the game he had against England, the game he had today, of course he was in the pressure cooker today. When things got tough, he was the one who stood up, made the tackles, made sure that he gets go forward, make sure he secures the scrum. There's some of these players, for me, it's just like it's so awesome to have a guy like Ethan Hooker back, even though he went off with the HIA. But my key guy today was Andre Pollard. Played 40 minutes, kicked exceptionally well, got subbed for Ethan Hooker. Ethan Hooker got knocked, back on. Just turn it around there.
And then he comes in, he gets a grabber for Jesse Kriel to break the game open. But for me, kids, a guy like Andre Pollard just shows that class is permanent.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest one. But also, it adds another string to the Springboks bow. Last week we saw Mani Lebok at 10. I also saw Quan Horn finish the game at 10, but also you had the Iceman at 12 when the pressure's on. And we needed all those kicks today. Yeah. What Andre is. I'm just so glad to see that quality come out, because he is a quality player. And I'm sure for you kids are going to RGR, just in a position of having Moani, Sasha and Andre. I think the Boks are smiling at that.
They're cruising. They must be loving it, because I think with Tony Ball, with Tony Brown being there, with the way that Sticks and Felix wants to coach his team, they're actually just doing an exceptional job, and it's such an amazing amazing coaching staff, first of all. There's so many questions I want to ask you. I think probably one of the things is like, just tell me a little bit what Loftus felt like. I think with this light show, with the pre-build-up, with Kurt Darren singing at halftime, what a game before we get back into the Springbok test.
Geez, we had captain at halftime. I mean, I've never seen Pretoria more happy. I think they're more happy about seeing Kurt Darren live than they were about the Boks winning. And but, I mean, it was incredible. I mean, the light show, these new lights, LED lights are absolutely fantastic. For me, Loftus always shows out every time there was a Springbok game. I think the Springboks needed that crowd sort of ready. I mean, the crowd never sort of died down, and it was just loud. And I mean, the B field is still a place that I'm sure we'll go visit now after this. It's probably the best B field you probably get in the country. But what a great day at Loftus. And Kitsy, I just want to ask you. I mean, looking forward to Durban next week. If you're a Wales side, is there a bit of confidence you take out of this, or you're sitting there going, geez, the Boks are 2 from 2, and they still actually haven't hit their straps yet, and they've made multiple changes as well?
Yeah, I think probably as well, sitting there, you would go look for little opportunities. And I think where Scotland exploited us was with that little tip-ons. So I think Springboks was very nervous about what Finn Russell's going to do out the back. He's got Tue Pilato on his outside. He's got a big bridge pass that he can get across. He can kick off both feet. So I think we were very nervous for those little things, and I think Wales would try and exploit that. I'm sure Springboks are going to be much sharper of it. I think they're going to sit on that short ball. I think they're going to make sure that the guy is going to be under pressure. But the Springboks are sorry about that. But I think the Springboks are going to. It's part of the light show. We got a fan who loves For the Love of Rugby, but I think they're going to learn a lot from it, and I think Wales are going to first of all have to sharpen up their scrum, because also it felt like the Springboks haven't hit their straps when it comes to scrum time. A couple of opportunities and moments where it almost felt like Scotland just nudged their way back into the set piece battle. They had a couple of good mauling opportunities. Boks conceded penalties. So if those little things is what Wales would have to look at, they will have to go, listen here, can we maul the Boks? Can we survive in the scrum? Can we exploit these little short passes to make sure we cut them, be a threat on the outside? And I think if you look at those things, there might be an opportunity. I think Springboks are world class at the moment with the high ball kicking chase, their kicking game, especially with Grant Williams against England. He put it on a ticky and every ball was contestable. I felt Papier kicked it a little bit long today. The guys didn't really get to the contest, but then that tackle was a mess. So I think those little things are what Wales would have to look at and go, listen, this is maybe where we can exploit the Springboks a little bit.
Still a hard press to support the Springboks. For me, I just think I'm excited to see the next batch of guys coming in. Obviously, got the likes of Vusi Moyo, Yaku Williams, the guys under 20 who fought in the squad. Hopefully, Rassi, I'm sure you rotate again. But the nice thing with Rassi, I'm sure we'll get an answer on Monday when the team comes out again.
We'll probably have this conversation again on Monday. Like, how does the Boks beat Wales? But no, it's just such an incredible opportunity, and I think you're 100% right in saying the Boks haven't hit their straps yet, and it's just so exciting to see. Listen here, we're using so many players. It's such a good opportunity to bleed youngsters in these precious situations. So for me, it just makes me so excited about Bok Rugby and what the future of Bok Rugby holds, because it's just, the guys are just exceptional.
No, this is exceptional. It's going to be an incredible year. Looking forward to next week in Durban. But yeah, thanks for having me.
Prediction for next week?
I think the Boks will make a few changes again. We'll probably see 10-11 changes again. Yeah, I think Boks by 40.
Flyer for next week?
Vusi Moyo to start.
Or Stephen Kitshoff to start at 10.
No one needs to see that, Kitsy. No one needs to see that.
I think SuperSport will be handing out man of the matches before kickoff even. But yeah, Kooks, thank you so much for joining me on For the Love of Rugby. It was such a catch up, such a episode with you. And if you love For the Love of Rugby, please hit that subscribe button so you can catch more of this.